Hi, everybody. Richard Shelp with Executive Speakers Bureau, and today is the fourth installment of Behind the Curtain. On Behind the Curtain, we let you in on a little secret about one of our favorite speakers, and we teach you a little something that can help you with your speaking business. Today's guest is Brittany Hodak. Brittany is an award-winning entrepreneur, a best-selling author. She is a customer experience guru, and she is the author of Creating Superfans. Welcome, Brittany.
Thank you, Richard. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
We are excited to have you. I'm telling you, and I'm so excited because not only have you done some wonderful things, but you have so many interesting things in your background. You know, for instance, you have a record in the Guinness Book of World Records. You have been associated with creating campaigns for some very well-known brands, including two of my favorite singers, Katy Perry and Dolly Parton. You have so much wonderful stuff in your background. However, my favorite thing is your Shark Tank experience.
Oh, yes, Shark Tank.
I love Shark Tank. We have, I'm a big fan, and we've booked almost every one of the sharks here in our bureau. So I absolutely love it. Can you tell us a little something about your experience?
Yeah, it was such a fun experience because I didn't audition to be on the show. Like many entrepreneurs that you see on the show, I was cast. So I got a call at my desk one day from a producer saying, "Hey, I just read something about you in Forbes. Do you want to be on Shark Tank?" And I was like, yes, I want to be on Shark Tank. That sounds like so much fun. And I've worked in marketing my entire career. So I was trying to think of the long game of this is not just about the 5 people in the room. This is about the millions of people that are going to watch this forever. Now being several years on the other side of it, I know that it's like in perpetuity, people are watching the reruns. And so I was trying to figure out what do I need to do to increase the odds that I'm going to get a favorable edit on TV so that as this airs forever and ever and ever and ever, it's going to be a good representation of the company and not just an okay one.
Awesome. So tell me, you had 4 bids?
Yes, we had offers from 4 of the sharks. One of my favorite things that I did, I had interns watch every episode of the show and make this crazy spreadsheet of all these like random things I was having them track. And I was like, if we don't ever stop smiling, they won't have an edit to go to where we look like freaked out or stressed out. So for like 2 weeks before we filmed, I practiced just smiling when I was talking, and it's so hard to do and you feel weird and it's really unnatural. But because we never stopped smiling, it was a really great edit, and things went well as well. But you're in there for an hour and they only show 8 minutes on TV, so you can kind of like create drama. But yes, we ended up getting offers from 4 of the sharks.
Yes.
On the show, we accepted an offer from 2 of them, but then once we got into the due diligence, we ended up not going through with the deal, which is what often happens.
Who were the 2 that you had accepted offers from?
Lori and Robert.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and they were wonderful. It's funny, we actually ended up doing work with both of them down the line, even though neither one of them ended up being a partner with our company. But yeah, they were incredible. It just it's very expensive equity when you give it up on Shark Tank, much more so than if you're getting money in a traditional way.
I totally agree, and that is fabulous. So, but you have maintained that company, correct?
I actually sold my interest in that company back in 2020
did?
As I began speaking more. So Shark Tank led to this path. I did not know you could be a professional speaker. I did not know this was a career people could choose to have. And after appearing on the show, I started getting asked to speak more and more. And then people started saying, "What's your fee?" And the first couple of times I was like, do they want me to pay them? What are they asking? And so as I started to speak more, and then once I had my first child, it was so much to juggle between the company and the family and speaking. And I just love being on stage. I love being able to help and impact people and change the way they think about customer experience. So I sold my equity in that company. Gosh, it's been almost 5 years ago now.
Awesome. Well, you lead nicely into the rest of what I want to talk to you about, which is teaching our little speaker audience about something that can help them in their speaking business. Mm-hmm. And you really are a customer experience expert. I just got to see it a few minutes ago in your presentation, which was absolutely awesome. But we've dealt with a lot of customer experience speakers, and many of them will go based on their personal experiences, and they'll also talk about some things they might have read, but you take it one step further. You do some behind the scenes research. Can you tell us a little bit about how you do that?
You know, I love to kind of secret shop in a way the companies that I work with, because until you really are a customer or talk to customers, it's hard to truly get a sense of the pulse of that company and how the employees treat their customers in every interaction. So I spend a lot of time getting to know all of the companies that I work with, because that's the way I'm able to provide them real feedback, not just to say, here's a theoretical idea or here's something that's generally true, but I noticed at this moment in the customer journey, you're doing this. Have you thought about doing this instead?
Wow, I love that's such a great idea. Now, is there something incredible or surprising that you've discovered during your researches on one of the events?
You know, a lot of times I find things that people are like, that's still on our website, or oh my gosh, we're still sending that email, because people working at the company are removed sometimes from the customer journey. So they're maybe designing something, pressing a button, setting it and forgetting it. And when I say 5 years later, hey, this is the second thing that came to me from your company, they're mortified. They're like, oh my gosh, that's pre-COVID. We had no idea. We had no idea that was still in, this PDF that we send out to every single customer. We had no idea that people were still seeing that sign when they go into our stores.
Oh, I love it. You truly are getting behind the scenes, which is what you need to do. And I bet a lot of these organizations, when you go and speak for them, go, oh my gosh, she knows so much about our company just because of that.
I hear that feedback all the time. You understand us. You know so much about us. And I always want to say, well, no, I did my job. Like, it's my job to help your employees treat your customers better. And how am I going to do that if I don't get to know your employees and if I don't get to know your customers?
I wish that everybody did that everybody dug that deep in with their customers. It's incredible. Let me run something past you real quick. I've always believed that business success is closely tied to how much you know your customer and how much you truly understand your customer. What would your thoughts be about that statement?
Well, I know you saw me speak this morning, so
Yes.
I assume you know the answer to this question. I could
I
not
might.
agree with it more. One of the things that I say all the time is superfans are created at the intersection of your story and every customer story. And I talk about this idea of going from commodity provider to category of one. And the only way you do that is by making yourself relevant to the customer, by proving that you care more about them than your competitors, that you're willing to go to bat for them, and that they mean as much to you as you're trying to mean to them.
That is fantastic. And I truly agree with everything you say regarding customers and the customer experience. Truly awesome. Brittany, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you,
We
Richard.
really appreciate it. And thank you, audience, for your attention today. And stay tuned for future episodes when you truly find out what is behind the curtain.